Good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to a fantastic weekly edition of the Final Fantasy Randomizer. I don't believe we've done this particular weekly race here on Speed Gaming, at least not in a little while, so welcome, and as soon as we get the runners going, I will explain exactly what we have going on. I am Dark Maniacs, joined here in the booth by Fiend of Pub Session. First time doing commentary here, and he gets stuck with me. So sorry about that. Fiend, how is it going over there?
It's going good. Ready to see how these racers do this evening.
Excellent, excellent. So we are just checking in with the runners, making sure everything is good to go, and then we will see as soon as they are ready if we can release them. Cool. Runners confirmed. I'm going to drop the gate, and then we will get this whole show on the road. Cool, 15-second countdown over on Race Time GG. Then we'll be a few seconds here as well. So what we are doing today on this fabulous Thursday, this is our evolving flag set. So how this works is once we run this once a week, whoever wins the race gets to change one flag of this flag set. I devised this flag set a little while ago. It was mean. The runners have slowly over time tried to make it slightly less mean, but it's still fairly mean, and we are going to see some people in for a bit of a challenge. So, should be fun. So yes, we will be getting here soon, and then we'll see what's going on. Here we go. Runners are on their way, and we are going to see just what is going on. Got runners going over for magic. Didn't see what the white magic was there. Oh, life 2, heal 2. That's lovely. That's real. I take life 2's life white mage locked though. So yeah, that's fun. And Invis 2 as well. Also white mage locked for now. Should be able to get it from the white wizard, and I think the knight can have that. But yeah, that life 2. Hope you took a white mage. So yeah. So Fiend, I know you're fairly new to the community. I'm interested in your take on this. Like, what are you looking for when you have like magic you're going for, or anything of that nature?
Well, obviously, any early game sweeper. Not too familiar with other strats, but if Zap is available or something like that, you could definitely take Garland out with Zap. It's just the coin flip at that point.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want to point out, our runners did not check black magic. That is an interesting choice for them right now. It's not that they can't eventually, get black magic. It's just that as of right now, they don't have a black mage in their party. But there should be black mages for hire later when they're ready to do so.
This has got the Blessed Cursed classes, correct?
It does indeed. I actually have absolutely no clue what they are. I like going into these blind and just see what happens. But yeah, they do have Blessed and Cursed classes going right now. And it looks like we found the vendor item, although I missed what it was. Hopefully our tracker will be able to let us know.
It looks like chat says bottle. I believe that's what I saw as well.
Well, there's a possibility with these shuffled towns that we are going to be able to see Gaia soon. Could turn into something else. And there is our black mage, so automatically we're going to be able to upgrade this party and get things a-rolling. Okay, that makes sense. So I was trying to remind myself why they had such limited party selection here, and that's because Party Draft is on. And I think that's been on since the very beginning of this flag set. I can't remember it being turned on, but it's entirely possible that Thunder, in one of the few times that he won, turned it on, and I just don't remember. The thing about an evolving flag set is it evolves on you, and then suddenly the details become all kinds of blurry. So yes, now that we have black mages, we're definitely going to see what the black magic turns out to be. Now, we had Elfland over here at Provoca. That is going to be useful for us long-term, since we're going to be able to get our level 3 and level 4 magic. Although we don't really have levels right now, although I think Rubes is trying to get some levels. So it's not going to be like we're going to be casting that black magic anytime soon. However, Canary is here. We're going to be able to go over back to Canaria, see just what the black magic might be, and that might help us get our Garland kill down if Provoke is nearby, do our pirate kill. This is going to be fun for our runners as they try and piece out this kind of thing. Fiend, how long have you been with the community at this point?
About a week.
Wow! Hey, newbie all around! So what drew you to Final Fantasy Randomizer, if I may ask?
Well, I did grow up playing it.
The vanilla game?
There's that. So, original game with the randomizer definitely brings a new flavor to it.
It does indeed. Looks like we're going to get ourselves a Garland kill right here on Goat's Pirate. Glance turns that White Mage to stone, but the Invis 2 is going to come out and protect the other ones, not against Glance, but against other stuff. Slowly going to whittle this guy down. I mean, Garland doesn't look too beefy, but when you're only chucking out...
And as soon as you say that, Commentator's Curse, Blaze comes out.
Yep, well, that was my bad. I'm sorry. Sandstone. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I'd be fighting that Garland anytime soon. That Blaze would scare me. I want it to the point where I can kill him instantly. So, Black Mages, anyone?
We just saw Fast, but I didn't see if it was locked or not. It's in the first slot. You might know off the top of your head.
I really don't. For Black Mages, they aren't locked, and actually for Red Mages, as far as, and Ninjas for that matter, Black Magic is generally open to them for the first 4 levels. So that, I mean, whatever they see, whatever they find here in these 2 towns that we've seen so far, should not be a problem. Fast will get the extra hits, but it's still a DPS rush there. We want an AoE. We want something that's going to do some good damage and would them down. That's the goal. Chanigan doesn't feel like fighting Garland right now. Just wants to go get that crown. I don't know that Astos is going to be any nicer, though.
This was a complete extended open progression. Northern docks. Every dock is still on, correct?
Let me double check. Loading up the flag set right now. I can confirm things for you in just a moment. Yes, like everything is early open, all the early people, all the early everything. And they do have hint givers if they wanted to go visit those, although I'm not expecting that they will. Yeah. So slow start for us right now, mostly because of that nasty Garland right there. Goat's Pirate coming in, gonna try again. Garland comes out with a punch this time as opposed to immediately glancing someone. It is getting some decent damage out from the fighter and Black Belt. Black Belt actually swinging out Chucks right there. 16 damage. I mean, if the Garland has like 100 or less health, get a couple hits out like that, could do the job. Fighter needs a weapon though. That fighter's only doing like 1 to 2 damage, and that's not so good. Oh, well, apparently Garland also has Poison Touch. Bert, apparently, and I missed it, killed Garland with 2 coral swings because, of course he did. And it's the cube. Cube not immediately helpful. Thanks, Garland. Chat, of course, always being the best at letting me know what is going on, and I appreciate it, chat. Which, speaking of, I will now also pull up the notes from our fantabulous tracker, Jat, working there in the background, trying to provide me the information, while trying to provide both us, the Fiend of Pub Session, as well, this information, so we have it.
At this point, canoe or canal, correct?
For what they need?
As far as getting any progression outside of where we're at.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that there could be the herb around here that could lead to it, or, hey, we have Gaia here at the Elfland location, so that could provide where the bottle's going to go. But yes, canal or canoe will get us moving. Canoe, of course, will just keep us within the Circle C. without the canal, but it will at least provide us access to Ice Cave, Volcano, Crescent Lake, which could have more stuff for the people. The canal, though, is definitely going to open things up a lot more. Part of the reason why...
Tracker pointed out we have the free canal.
Free canal. Do we now? Yes, it is marked off on the tracker, and I am just not paying attention. So yeah, so the canoe is what we're looking for. This is why we have a tracker. They're much better at this than I am. So yeah, double checking. We don't know what the black magic is yet at Canaria because no one's bothered to check it. Is that really the case? I'm looking at the notes and don't see anything. But Elfland does have Fast and Cure 4, which is great. Gaia has Fire 3 and Lightning 3. Hate to see Sweepers that nice up that high. And Gaia Elfland has level 6 Brack. So that's right, because we have shuffled magic locations as well. So even though we know what the towns are, that doesn't necessarily mean we know what the magic is. This flag set, in case you have not noticed, has gotten a little cruel at times. It's delightful. So Chanigan's over here trying to take on Astos. Looks like he's swinging a Were sword, and Astos is just having none of it. That's like 1 to 6 damage around. I mean, if Astos remains punchy and he's fully evaded, Astos isn't going to be able to do anything, but this is going to be a very slow fight. But if our tracker is right, it's going to be a worthwhile one, because it does look as though Astos has the floater. So yeah, I can see why, Fiend, they are trying to finish this fight out. Shanigan takes down Astos. What this will do, yep, there's that floater. What this is going to do for us is going to unlock the rest of the world. And apparently we found the adamant. Adamant was off of, was that the bottle? I'm not seeing it on the notes. Fiend, did you see where the adamant came from?
I did not.
Oh, there it is. Bottle Fairy had the adamant. Adamant becomes the key that unlocks a little more for us and lets us go into some of these treasuries. So, I'd be interested in knowing what your route would be, Fiend. Like, you've got Floater now, so you're in the air. You've got the key. You've got a very nasty Garland that very few of us want to fight. What would be your next step? Let's say you got the Floater and the key.
Probably the wrong step.
You and me both, honestly. Trust me on that.
I would probably still be looking for key items, although I didn't check the flag set to see, what exactly. Chime, I guess. Try to get in Sky, get some early chest open. Maybe go to Volcano, check the armory.
Volcano Armory is a play I always like to make. Volcano is also incentivized, so you could try and make your way down to the Volcano Fiend floor, take on Carrie after seeing what that key item is. It's not a bad thought. We have 17 items and 21 locations, so there will be 4 duds, although we have not found any of those yet. Meanwhile, just for a quick moment, want to thank RPG Limit Break for coming in with a raid of 98. We appreciate it, and welcome everyone to Final Fantasy Randomizer here on SpeedGaming, doing our weekly evolving flag set. Gonna be a fun one, already turning out to be quite a bit of a cluster.
So, the only advantage they have is they do know that they're in their vanilla location, so at least they're not searching chest to chest.
Yes. Yeah, when we set up this flag set, we set it up vanilla for all the various incentive dungeons. So there's not going to be a random chest in the dungeon that has a key item right there. That said, whatever runner wins tonight could easily change that if they so wanted to.
Now, is the boss damage health pool, is that a flag that they're allowed to change?
They are allowed to change any one flag at their discretion. No limits.
Whose idea was this again?
Mine, because it's funny.
I would never probably win a race, but if I did, I would definitely have some fun with that.
Oh yeah, you get to change one, and if you win 2 in a row, get to change 2, and so forth up to 5. 5, you get to remake the entire flag set in whatever image you want. So far, we haven't had anyone win more than 2. It's been funny. So, Jack, our chat tracker, is reporting that level 2 magic was at Lithane, which is at Melmond, because everything is shuffled. And looking to see if we have notes on what it is, it looks like... No clue. No clue yet what the level 2 magic is, if it was anything good. Provoking Crescent Lake, which has level 7 magic. So, not anything worthwhile to them right now. We really need some level 2 magic, or to go back and see what the black magic was at level 1, now that they have access to a black mage. Goat's Pirate going on to try his luck with Astos, gonna see if he can get that floater. Meanwhile, I had a hint there about the tail, although I missed where it was, but we know the tail's out there. Hooray! Quake! Quake is the one good black magic spell we had, apparently. Hoo boy! Oh, wow. Oh, well. So we could be in here for a bit of a long one. No early fade, no early nuke. The level 3 spells that we have found are... Not level 3, level... The sweepers that we have, the level 3 sweepers that we had, are all at, like, level 7. Saw Bane there at level 2. I might actually take that, honestly. That's another sweeper right there of a sort, and could do something. But yeah, the magic, this early game magic is... not good. That's for sure. Not good at all. But we found Bane, so everyone can do their best Bane impersonation if they want to.
I'm gonna pass on that. I'll ask you this question, though. At this point, would you rather see the chime or the canoe?
Canoe's not necessarily helpful for any place except waterfall and ordeals right now. We're in the air, so we can go to volcano, we can go to ice, we can go check all the Cardia Isles. I wouldn't really want to go do Sky Palace until I got a better sweeper and some levels under my belt. I don't know on that one. I think, honestly, I'm checking all the towns to see if I can find out where some decent magic is. That's step 1 for me. Go collect the other key items that I can, since I have the Ruby and Sarda. But we found Chime, so, I mean, that answers that. So, for everyone in chat who likes to say this when Chime and Cube land in our laps, sky, 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 sky. And there's the herb, so we can go turn that into the Elf Prince. He's not dead, he's just sleeping. So yes, in case you're wondering what this mess is, this is a pretty standard map, but the towns have been shuffled, and then the magic shops within the towns have also been shuffled. So it's you better be keeping some notes about where things are, because it's going to be fun finding your early magic and knowing where everything is. Thankfully, since we have, you know, the airship, all the towns are basically open to us now, except for Onrak. Well, I guess you could sail to Onrak. Who wants to... No one wants to sail to Onrak. So the goal for today, in case you have not been paying attention to our previous weeklies, which, hey, that's cool. I'm not going to blame you for that. We are just trying to kill the 4 fiends, get to Chaos, kill Chaos, case closed. There's no shard hunt, no weird stuff. This is just a pretty basic setup with, you know, the weird towns and some of the nasty scaling and all the other awful stuff I did them, because it's funny.
If I'm looking at the flags, the correct flags, it looks like we have a regular Topher, regular Chaos fight, not an alternate fight, anything like that.
No. When I set these up, I actually tried to make them playable. The fact that they've turned out to be hideous some weeks is just a testament to the power of the Final Fantasy randomizer itself. Final Fantasy Randomizer taketh and then taketh again. I think that's the lesson to be learned here.
Not every seed can be a sub at 1 hour.
No, I think we're going to be good if this seed becomes a sub 2 hour. However, we did just find the Bane Sword, and of note, we also found the tail over at the Prince. That was where the herb turn came in from. The herb turn-in came to. So, that allows us to equip that Bane Sword that we have, and Bert looks like he's rocking a fighter and a ninja. So that was a good time to upgrade, and a good time to start this rolling right here. So, I mean, Bane Sword's nice. It's another sweeper in a seed that's been hideously dry of sweepers. I mean, you got Bane, you got Quake. You can take out the undead. You can take out most other stuff. This is potentially doable. Swinging good damage on that Bane. And Bert's managing to take out some of these giants. I don't know that he's going to want to sit here too long doing this grind, but, like, right now, not too bad. It's worthwhile. Chanagan going to fight the pirates, going to get that ruby pretty soon once he's done quaking all these pirates. Rube's coming here trying to kill Astos, get that floater, and Goat's pirate right behind as well. Hopefully one of them is going to be able to do it, but as we saw, Astos doesn't seem to do much of anything except for punch. So we got early Limbiz too. Just dump down your characters and just let them sit there and punch for a while. Sooner or later, Astos will fall over.
This has definitely been a pretty mean start as far as slow start. I won't say mean, not necessarily a mean start. We haven't seen like thunder spiders, I guess. Nothing like that yet. But you know that means it's still on the table, so we can see it later.
The night is young. Yeah, no, I think the worst that we've seen so far was Blaze off of Garland, which means we don't have to worry about that much more Blaze coming out elsewhere. And it's just Garland. You only have to fight him once you can actually take him out. Not the end of the world. But yeah, you are right. Most of the rest of the seed hasn't been too bad as far as, like, nasty things. It's just slow. It's taken a little while for our players to get up and running.
My favorite thing to have happen is when I think it's safe, and then it's like 4 or 5, scripts in, and then Thunder comes out.
Yep.
I'm like, well, I assumed wrong on that one.
Yep. I've seen that. They're like ink, dark, ink, lightning 1, ink, and then suddenly they're like thunder, nuke, nuclear, ink. They're like, where did that come from? Like, guys. Yeah.
I'm a little surprised no one has decided to just check some chests in air yet. I know it's probably not completable at their levels, but you never know. You might find mass is not incentivized, right? It's going to be random if it
exists. The treasure is randomized, so anything you're looking for has a chance to show up, but it's only a chance. And you are right. I don't think they have the levels, but I think what's more important to point out is I don't think they have the spells. Because, like, air's not so bad when you have some levels under your belt, but you still want some good AoE, especially if you run across an unrunnable. The levels you can get in air are great. Treasure's really deep if you decide to put the effort in, but it can be pretty bad sometimes. We're trying to take on these Agamas, and the Agamas are just not being nice. Oh, finally gets one down with the poison. Again, I don't know what level he's going to want to go to. He is class changed, so he can go to whatever level he wants without a penalty. But I don't know what level he's going to want for the Agamas, or I mean for whatever grind that he's doing, because he's clearly doing a grind right now.
Have we seen the vampire kill for the incentive item?
No one's gone down that far yet. Bert's the first, I think, to even enter into Earth Cave. So it's probably the reason why I'm keeping an eye on him right now, is because he's somewhere new. Yay! So level 3 was there. I missed what all of them were. I think I saw sleep and stuff. The important thing from level 3 at Provoca was the temper. But again, not really an AoE. All of our AoEs are at least level 4 or higher, and that's rough.
Yeah, no single eye tile yet. Nothing easy for them to grind on.
No, and that's part of the problem is those Agamas, you could fight them, they'll eventually fall over, but they're not exactly amenable to it. The Giants were better, but they're not as good at experience, but he at least was managing to kill. Oh, there we go, there was something. The Odd Eye Sahag pack has Thunder. And that's a fairly common
ship, so I mean, it could have been a lot more cruel.
Yeah, once they're in the air, it's not a big deal, and it's a pack that you're not going to see in brain locked up. Not going to see in Sea Shrines. That's not the end of the world. And yes, welcome to everyone coming in over and joining us in chat. Glad to have you here for this weekly race.
Now, are you a never Cardia Isles for the treasure check, or do you think this is a check you would do at this point?
It really depends on where I am as far as my needs and my desires. It's early enough that we're in the air, really early for how bad this seed was initially, that I think I'd go to Cardia. I think I'd be happy getting that Bane Sword and just living with what I have there. But I mean, it all depends on timing. If I'm deep enough in the seed and I'm mostly happy with my gear, Cardia is not even on the table for me. It's all played by ear. Zombol Troll Pack, just going to run from that. Can't blame them. The Zombols are not going to be susceptible to that Bane, which is pretty much the only decent sweeper we have. Boy. Okay, Lock 2, Slow 2, Temper. That is not great for our first 3 levels of magic. Quake, Bane, Temper. I like Temper. It's a good spell.
There's Fade, so they got something.
Did we find Fade? Where?
Fade is level 6.
Yeah, see, but that doesn't help us right now. So that's Fade, and our 3 level 3 sweepers are all at like level 7 and level 6. These Melmandas are our sole holdout, I think. Because I think we've even seen the level 4 magic. Did we see level 4? Maybe we haven't seen level 4 yet. I mean, level 4 or level 5 could have a sweeper that we need, and that's pretty much what we're hoping for right now, which still feels bad. Sage has got the slab, gonna be able to turn that in whenever we figure out where Melmond is. If we haven't already, we may have. Rubes gets his herb. Goat's Pirate's gonna go talk to the Bottle Fairy.
Have we seen a Volcano Armory check yet, or is Bert the first to dive this?
Bert's the first to come in here too, and I think it's solely because he's looking for a grind. He's looking for something he can kill in a turn that gives him decent experience, and that Earth is not it. That Earth was only 600 experience. That's a hard pass in my book. Our tracker in chat letting us know that by process of elimination, Melmond is going to be on rack. So we don't have access to that just yet. Hopefully, Canoe is here at Fire, and we're going to be able to get that while we're on the way. Oh, the Seafood Party Pack here as the trapped spike tile. And Bert decides he wants to get out of here. Bail, 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 bail. Can't blame him. They were hitting really, really hard.
Yeah, that's one of the packs that I'm not a fan of, that and the Ghost pack when you're in sea. Seems like those are the 2 that are going to wipe you the quickest.
Oh, Bert hit the mother load right there. +4 katana that he can slap right onto his ninja. He gets his equipment going. Happy camper right there. He's going to be able to kill some stuff now. Might go back and try that Agama. Excuse me. Try that Agama because he can actually do some damage to it now. If you're wondering why we think a low-level ninja is such a good idea to use right now, that's because the Final Fantasy Randomizer has baked into it some thief fixes that we generally turn on. that double its hit rate and make some other minor improvements. That thief, at level 15-ish, I think he's at right now, is going to start approaching the kind of damage that the fighter is able to crank out, and that is going to help substantially in trying to take on some of these spike tiles and actually get some good experience going. Bert, having decided to do the first floor of Volcano, is now flying away. He's like, nope, don't want to do that anymore, and is he going back to the Agamas? Did I guess right?
I think well, yeah, looks that way.
He's gonna go find one of these. He might not have checked all the chests here, so he might be checking some of them, but yeah, he's definitely here on the first floor doing a search.
I think Vanilla Rod would be funny because naturally you don't want to go down and check that item. But if every runner puts it off till last and well, as I'm speaking, look at there. What do we have, Dark?
That's a +1 Mozamoon right there. So that is going to mean that the fighter and the ninja can do some good damage, and I really don't think this Agama's going to be like standing up at this point. 1, 2, wow, beat Chonky boy.
You just have to keep doing those curses, don't you?
Yeah, that's my bad. But they fall over after 2 rounds of combat, and that's some of the best experience we found. And bear in mind, as he levels up, he's going to start dishing out more damage. That's actually going to help. Also, if he lets some of these white mages fall over, because they're not really doing much of anything useful, that he might just be able to... Oh yeah, see? 1 round of combat right there. Much better. Get those white mages out of the way, which is what he's doing right now. Start funneling more experience onto the players that matter. That's a good call. I like that. And now we're starting to get a melee party that really works. Now, like, let's say we take this to, I don't know, Bert will probably take it to 15, maybe 18. But let's say we get a upwards of that. Now I'm starting to feel like Sky is on the table. Meanwhile, it looks like Chanigan has found the red D tile here at Ice Cave, and he is just going to town on it. And yeah, they die, like, almost as quickly as the, or actually maybe a little faster than the Agamas do. So here, I don't know, Fiend, if you know this, but, so let's pose it as a question. Which one of these two has the safer grind?
Definitely, I would say Bert, because he's within much closer walking distance. And we haven't really seen what's in ice, as far as there could be anything in between here and what's out of here.
It's not only that, it's specifically the tile that they're on. Bear in mind that we found Exit, and if he has...
Oh, we did find
level
Exit.
7. That's level 7. We might have... I don't remember if Warp was actually low enough. I saw Warp. I also remember what level it's at. But there is one other thing to consider with this grind. Chanigan is on open tiles. So when he takes a step off to the right and then back, or he could do it to the left as well, he's walking on a tile that can actually get an encounter. Bert, meanwhile, is in a room that has a wall running along the bottom half of the room. When he takes a step off, he's stepping downward onto that wall tile. And when you're on a wall that has a door in it, in the game, you can't get encounters along that wall. So you also can't get encounters when you're walking on and off of an encounter tile. So all he's ever going to get here is this Agama. He can eat Agamas all day and never see anything else until he decides to leave this room. That's a very safe grind. Which I think is specifically why Bert, of all the rooms he could have done on this floor, decided to go to this one, because this one provides the safest grind spot for him to do. So Chanigan... Did Chanigan die on the way out? He's come back into ice.
That happened so quick, I couldn't tell if he I know they had, they had an insta-death spell, I think the Wraiths did,
I think Chad is agreeing with me at this point that the Agama grind was the better call now. And I'm sorry I cursed you, Chanigan, by making a point. That's my bad.
Well, I was the one who said we don't know what they have on the way out, which we know what they have, and it's insta-death magic, and that's not good if you don't have a ribbon.
I mean, your statement was accurate. I'm not arguing that point.
Although that 4 mage tiles, again, if you have something to take them out quick, but with that AoE magic and no ribbon, looks like that's not going to work either.
And I want to point out, as our chat points out as well, Rube's tried to go to on-rack, bounced off the river there because he doesn't have the canoe. That is a classic mistake I have made more than once. I'm at on-rack. I'm just going to go try and go to on-rack while I'm in the airship. Oh, I don't have the canoe.
It doesn't help that the pod flags has been, oh, you start with the canoe every time.
That's fair. That is absolutely fair. I think if it were me and I'm Chanigan, I just try and get the key item out of here and then bail because I don't want to risk getting whatever killed me the first time. And Bert apparently decided to go past 18. He's going to continue working this Agama tile. I mean, it's working for him. So meanwhile, Rube's picking up his magic out of Elfland Provoca. Goat's Pirate still trying to take out this Astos. That's rough. You hate to see that. And now Bert is putting his ninja up front, and I am kind of wondering if he's going to try and even kill off the ninja, now that the fighter can dish out enough damage to kill an Agama on his own. Yeah, I can't argue that point. Just dump the damage on. Especially when you have to consider in his shoes, he expects that he's going to be playing against someone that has a black belt. So it's entirely possible he's trying to think, get my levels now while I can, and try and get a lead on whoever has to do a grind for a black belt.
No, we didn't see what the blessed cursed were, so there must be some reason there's not a black belt in this party of any comp.
Well, there are some players that like playing black belts, and there are some that don't. And it's also entirely possible that he looked at the flag set and thought, like, this time around, maybe black belt wouldn't be the best choice. It's a possibility. I know people have had success with black belts in this particular evolving flag set, but it still is a possibility that the fighter could find the edge if he gets the right weapons, and we do know they found the right weapons. So once again, Ice Cave has the Oxyale. As soon as they can go to can get a canoe to get out of here, they can go to on-rack and deal with that. It's looking more and more like Slab or Volcano is going to lead to that canoe.
Still have the key item in Sky open too as well, right?
Oh, and Jet reminding me. Oh, Earth or Sky. Okay, so I'm wrong. So there's plenty of places. Okay. Okay.
I'm still hoping for Rod and Vanilla, just to punish the runners for not going there.
Yes. Well, you see, in a flag set like this, like, I normally would be tempted to do it, but what I really want is, like, Warp or Exit before I'm willing to risk that. And Exit and Warp are high enough level that I don't know about that.
Your strategy's definitely going to change when those spells are available.
I mean, this is a pretty good setup, though, for, like, your Knight White Mage party, like Bert has. Because we know level 2, or Life 2 is at level 1, but it is White Mage locked, so you're going to want those White Mages for the end game. And Invis 2 is available at that, like, early levels, too, for both them and for the white, I keep saying white, for the Knight. So there's plenty of Invises on the table. There's plenty of lives on the table. Like a Knight, a White Mage, and a Prayer could get you through Topher. So it's just, how high do you want to take your grind? And Bert's at level 27. Wow.
Looks like Chanigan's gone back to that Red Mage grind. He must have a strategy to get out of here. Or maybe he found a ribbon, because I don't think I would risk a single party member just walk out of here with insta-death spells.
Hope and a prayer. Hope and a prayer. Got the run there. We're gonna follow him and see if he makes it out of here this time.
question in chat, what are the class requirements? I can't answer that. Can you, Darkmoon?
Class requirements?
They had every class available, correct? If I noticed, it looked like...
It was a party draft. I can go load up the ROM and see if you want to give me just a second. Let me pull up my emulator and I can give you guys a rundown of everything that's going on.
Our tracker says they had 6 classes to choose from. He keeps beating you to the punch. You'll double check and make sure he's correct.
That's what the tracker's for. He's supposed to have all the information and I'm not. That's just how that works.
Fighter, thief, black belt, white mage, white mage.
So yeah, black mage had black belt vitality, plus agility, plus hit percent, but no bracelets and minus 10 strength. Thief had plus 40 strength, plus 20 MDef, plus red mage armor, minus agility, and minus a bit of health. But I can see why a number of our party members took that for more fighter-like stats.
See, I would have been tempted to try to punch out Garland with that plus 40 strength, and then I would have suffered the same fate as most of our runners did.
Red mage was on the table too, vitality, strength, and MDef, but minus MDef per level and minus health. I might have the wrong... I'm not getting a thief, a knight. So... I don't know, that's weird. I'm getting a different setup than what the people had for this. I'm wondering if my ROM is wrong.
Well, we know they're all running the same. So that's what matters there. Our runners are running the same ROM, even, we know they're running the correct ROM.
Okay, no, I figured it out. I generated the wrong ROM. Hold on. This is why I don't do this while I'm live on Twitch. There, that looks better. Okay, so let's do this again. Ignore everything I just said. So the white mage, which is nice, and I can see why they took them. Plus 2 level 1 MP, plus 15 vitality and thief weapons, but minus 10 hit and minus 15 agility. Thief had plus 80 HP, plus strength, plus night spells and red mage armor, minus 5 luck and no pro rings. There's that fighter. Plus 5 luck, white shirt, and 15 strength. So yeah, he's a powerhouse right there. Minus vitality, minus health. Black belt could use the katana, so if you took a black belt, you could actually put something decent in his hands until his hands got better. Plus 15 MDef, plus 10 strength, minus vitality, minus health. And yeah, as noted, the black mage was available. I do not know, however, what their bonuses and bonuses are, because we don't have them at party select. That would require us to grab one and go do it, and I don't have time for that.
That is the only class they can have available according to the flags, right?
White mages and black mages are available at the pubs. Those are the only 2 available. So if they decide to take some black mages now and then swap them back out for white mages later, they could, for example. So, but yeah, I wanted to make sure that they weren't barred from any magic, so I made sure that both types of the base mages were available to them just in case. Because, party draft and all that. So I see that while I was discussing that, and then discussing it all again correctly the second time around, we had Bert finally leave Earth Cave, And it looks like he's ready to go ruffle stomp the rest of the seed. Yes?
I would imagine that is the plan. Looks like he's going to get... Well, I would say go to carry, get the incentive item. You know, if it's something you need, you get it. Hopefully it's the Oxyale or the, you know, something...
Oxyale, we know where that is.
Oh, you know where that is. Okay. So what incentive items do we have left? Do we even need any?
Oxyale's at ice, so he's probably still looking for that. The one that we're missing is Canoe, because... Wait, no, we need... On-rack, we know where on-rack is, so we don't need Canoe for that. We need Rod, which I don't see on the list right now, and we need... Bert needs Oxyale.
Loot as well, correct?
Huh?
The loot as well.
Loot and key, which we have key, but loot or Bert apparently has not gotten that yet. So there is loot and Rod still mystery on the table. If they find Canoe, that's probably helpful, but maybe not essential.
Good chance the Canoe's going to be necessary to get to whatever the Golem's holding, but you never know.
Yeah. But with 4 duds, it's just as likely that the Golem has a dud. And I don't think we've actually seen any... No, we did... No, I don't think we've actually seen any duds yet. Tail doesn't count as a dud. So, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 6 locations still on the table if our tracker has everything right, and I trust that he does, which means 2 of them will have things, 4 of them will have duds. I'm assuming. Maybe don't quote my math on that.
I'm just not even going to try to do the math. And
now he's writing in stuff to try and throw me off. That's cheating.
Chat has much more time and focus to do the math.
Chat can do the math, because apparently Chat's not doing it right. We love you, Chat. So we got Bert coming up against Carrie. Carrie flattens a red mage, as you know, Carrie is wont to do. Carrie being like a mini Kraken. On to the second round, but we're getting the fast out. We got some fades out, and we're just going to let that knight swing for all he's worth. 12 hits for, you know, casual almost 1,100 damage. That's not a problem, right?
I'm not sure if the Carrie could have survived that. Let me look at the scaling.
Probably not. So that puts off the Fire Fiend Orb on the table. That Ninja is level 25. That Knight is like 32. And now he's just going to go casually stroll through. Yeah.
It looks like she could have had plus 300. What would that put her at? 1,800? Yeah. Tracker's on it already. Beats me to the punch.
There you go. Yep. Carrie maxes out at 1,800. When we did see that Volcano was a dud, I missed what the dud was, but it was a dud location. So there are 6 more locations on the table, and 7 more locations, and 3 of them are going to be duds. So there's still plenty of chance that the robot could have something. Chat celebrating because we apparently found a wizard staff. Maybe that was the dud. I mean, I would normally consider wizard staff a dud, and it is when it comes to key items. But at the same time, you found the wizard staff right before Carrie. You could have confused her. She's actually susceptible to that.
This isn't dab. We don't need to do those strats. I guess it's meme strat, but...
What else is your white mage going to do? Swing for 5 damage?
You're saving the frames by waiting.
Yeah.
Save the this is a speed run, right?
I don't know, not the way I play.
That's why we have like 10 hooray dwarves in a row, right?
There's Bert getting his Oxyale. Checking to see what the title is. Decides he wants to kill a black D or a black D, a red D. Okay. He apparently wants some extra levels here. Interesting. Throw a little more on his mages, I guess, now that they're alive. Curious, but okay, we'll go with it. Meanwhile, Goat's Pirate has found the delicious Agamas and is now getting his money's worth off of them.
And we have Chanigan and Air, so we get a lot going on.
Yeah, we have a Sky play. Chanigan is here in Sky, and it doesn't look like he cares too much about the treasures. We are finally going to know what is at this incentive location. Hooray!
Get your War Mech kite ready. You didn't turn that on, did you?
It should be
that
vanilla.
particular flag.
Should be vanilla. And it's the rod. Okay. So at this point, the only thing we're actually concerned with is figuring out where that loot may be. I don't think we've done the slab turn-in yet. No, we did. That was the TNT. So... but we don't yet know what Narek has from the TNT. So TNT could, in theory, be the loot, and then everything else is duds. Oh, okay, we haven't done the slab turn-in, but a hint told us it was the TNT. Jat is on it, let me tell you. This is why we have a tracker who actually pays attention. And
tracking 4 players, that is impressive. That is why I went straight to commentary. I said, usually we have you track first. I'm like, I'm terrible at taking notes.
I actually think, although it might not, well, we don't have it on the layout, Kirito is helping in the background as well. So the two of them are each taking 2 players, but Jat is doing a fantastic job on doing the notes as well, which we really appreciate. So Goat's Pirate's still doing a 4-person grind here right now. I'm thinking that's only going to last until the black belt gets up in damage. I don't know what level they're at right now. Next time they finish up, I'm going to check that. But soon enough, he's going to want to unequip that iron rod, because it's like, even at like level 10 or something, like the damage the damage from a fist ends up being better than what the iron rod is doing. Oh,
we just found the crystal in bottom of C. I don't know if that was an item we had before or not.
Nope. That was the first time we've been to C. That was the crystal there. Crystal could lead to our...
And we have a war mech. We have so many things going on.
So much going on. And he runs from it. Chanigan, come on.
He was not for the fans. He is in it to win it.
I mean, he does have a level 15 party. I guess I can't debate that point.
That you need the experience that much more. You don't go for the Tia fight at 15. You go for the Warmech fight, obviously.
Immediately gets holded. Hopefully, he has a Cure 4 so he can get that fighter back up on their feet. Gonna continue putting out the invises, gonna try baiting. I mean, you got unlimited banes with that, so that's not a bad thing. Gets slow, but you can fast that back up, so that's not the end of the world. And Tia is susceptible to bane. I think it's like a 18% chance to hit, so with unlimited bane cast, you just keep doing it. That's fine. That makes
a little less than 1 in 5, yeah. I'm doing that all day.
Yeah.
Was that 44 or 400 and something?
It was a blur to me. So let's say 44. I'm still going Bane strats. That's my thought on the matter.
Yeah, if that was 4 hits, 44 damage, I'm Bane strats all the way.
Yeah. Okay.
We haven't seen anything sweeper-wise from Tia.
13.5% chance on Bane, but that's still like 1 in 9. You got free unlimited cast. You're just going to do it. Eventually it's going to hit. I mean, unless you're playing bingo in our bingo tournament, that's still ongoing right now. Then you can go up here 5 times and never get Bane to hit because Tia's a jerk.
But you don't have Bane Sword. Anytime you have that tile, you never have the Bane Sword.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you'd never hit. Why would anyone have the Bane Sword? Meanwhile, Bert is taking on Kraken in his own Bane fight. Apparently he has 2 Bane Swords. The seed giveth, as it taketh away. And Kraken, bringing the thunder, manages to kill the ninja, but the fighter is still going full bore. And it looks like Chanigan was lucky and got that Tiamat to fall down, presumably from a Bane, so he has his air orb lit. This is a tense battle right now going on 2 of our screens. Kraken has the chonk. That's like 3 hits for 500 damage I've seen. And it's the Bane that takes out Kraken. Gonna life back up that ninja, and that lights his second orb. Water on the table. I mean, you want to absorb that with a paper towel. But And he's immediately flying over here to air because the two fiends were, like, within spitting distance of each other. They're next-door neighbors. I gotta think that's a tense relationship between the two of them, you know? One of them doesn't like to have grass on his lawn. The other one actually seems like they took over a town and are just subjugating the neighbors. That one of them plays their music too loud, I'm sure. That's gotta be rough to be neighbors with another fiend, you know?
Just imagine what Short Topher is like. I mean, they're just right next to each other. I'm surprised they're still alive when you get there.
Chaos! Crack is touching me!
And then you never even know there could be their twins over sitting in Chaos's room.
Tiamat totally seems like an I'm not touching you kind of person. I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not in your space. Apparently Rubes has 3 Bane Swords. Rubes has all the Bane Swords. He's gonna be well set to go fight whatever he wants to right now. Like, the upside of a Bane Sword is you're going to get a decent AoE instant death spell. Downside is it doesn't have the best chance to hit. So, there is always the possibility that you could cast it 3 times against the pack and just not knock the pack over at all.
Yeah, I was going to say, the downside is waiting for it to do nothing for, you know, the 8 times that it hits.
However many times, yeah. But yeah, Bert is already in the top half of this full Sky Palace tower. So he's making his way through, going to be taken on Tiamat soon. Bert, I believe, due to both levels and just his power of position right now, is our current leader, at least among the people who we have on screen. We do have a total of 5 runners. So one of them is in the background, and we don't know exactly where they are with their run. But for the other 4... Bert would be our leader on screen.
And if Root happens to be an Earth, I mean, at that point,
go.
Do you just go? You just go straight in?
No, he's got good gear. I mean, he is checking some of this because he wants to upgrade his armor just a little. But I think once you're in go mode with the party that he has, you just go. You take what you got. You got some fantastic weapons. You have some decent gear. Make sure your spells are up if you want to pick up any spells that you might be missing. And then you just go in, because you've got almost everything you want.
Decent gear minus any ribbons or elemental protection.
Yeah, like he's got a +5 total from the Opal Helm, Opal Shield, Dragon Armor. He's got Ice Armor now with a bonus on it for the Ninja. Like, he's doing good. He's doing real good right there. Chenigan going for his carry kill right now, getting the Invises out. Main carry says, I scoff at your Invises.
Now, do you think they both did the hard reset into air? Or sky, I mean.
Possibly. I mean, I always do the hard reset. Rubes just went from inside a sky room to suddenly out. No, that was just me seeing the land background. Okay, sometimes these shuffled towns confuse me. Does find a ribbon +2, though. That, I think, is actually one of the few pieces of gear that Bert does not have. So...
I did not see a single ribbon on Bert's screen.
And I don't think we've seen Wall either. So that could be part of the reason why he's still checking for gear. And I can't blame him for that decision. Bert takes a moment to think, do I want to fight this war mech? And decides yes. Yes, he does.
Do we have any war mech hype in chat?
Got some double robots going on. This is our second robot fight. And this is the first one that's actually fighting that robot. I like just saying robot. He has come to exterminate. Exterminate. And it looks like Rubes is here at the Kraken spot. So yeah, Bert may have the lead right now, but we got 2 runners that are hot on his heels as well. Now, unfortunately, Chanigan's coming in here for Earth play. Oh no, he has the rod, so he can finish out this Earth play. So yeah, no, this is working real well here. The one advantage Bert has is he got that grind in, and he's getting even more of one right now because that's 1,400 experience, 14,000 experience dumped on. Takes his fighter all the way to 38. That's a beefy fighter. Whew.
Andy has the life on all his characters. If he happens to get a max roll, swirl nuclear nuke, he can take it one time.
Yeah, he's casual 700. Oh, got stunned. And I don't know if he has Cure 4. Doesn't look like he does. And it looks like Chanigan has found the loot, so he is canoeless go mode. We were right, you did not need that canoe. But he is still checking for gear. Again, maybe he's also checking for a ribbon. Finds the power bomb.
Yeah, there's some good gear right there.
Yeah!
And another ribbon, so that is paying out big time. The greed chest up there, definitely working.
So that crystal from Matoya becomes the canoe, which is nice, but we know is not essential to go mode at all.
Now is he in a position where that might lead him to go to the golem check for
waterfall? Maybe also possibly ordeals. I mean, it could lead him in the wrong direction. We hope it doesn't, but it could. Bert, meanwhile, has gotten his third orb lit with that air orb finally. Coming back over here to Gaia and is going to pick up some of that magic. Finds wall. Level 5. We're going to take it. That is the best that he's got in the way of ribbon power right now, and he may be willing to settle for that. Clearly doing his bottle fairy turning, gets that adamant. We know adamant should become the key. That's a rare metal that turns into a key. Isn't that like the key that opens up the Fortress of Solitude?
I can't add anything to that.
was that reference too geeky?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Is it? You'll have to tell me if it is.
Sure, chat will let me know. Rubes here in Sky Palace. Chanigan finishing out Earth Cave. Gonna go take out Lich. And Bert should be hot on his heels after he does his adamant turn in. And will likely be banking on finding the loot here at Earth so he doesn't have to do anything further. Because this is one last thing for his go mode before he's done. Is he checking for a ribbon here at the treasury? Is that what we're about to see? Looks like. So let's find out what happens with this Lich. Here, Lichy, Lichy, Lichy. Swing, dead. Wow. Yep, that's Lich for you. Blink and you miss it. And his fighter is level 27. So while he doesn't have the levels Bert has, that's still a plenty capable fighter for this flag set. So
he just needs one more level, right, to make full use of Massa?
I think it's a Mazza Plus. Like the default Mazza, I believe, is 24. Mazza Plus would be lower than that. But you are right. There's then the next breakpoint at 32, I think. So it might still the next breakpoint might still be 32. Jack confirming Mazda plus 1 is still a 24 breakpoint. We'll find out what the next breakpoint is because I'm sure someone has it. You know what? There's a resources site and we have this stuff listed on there. Let me go look. So breakpoints for the Mazda with a fighter are 24 and 35. So presuming that the plus 1 doesn't change anything, the next level he would get something at would be 35. So he's what is that, 8 levels away from being able to get another breakpoint for his, whereas Bert is already 3 levels above the next breakpoint.
So definite advantage on his fighter going in, assuming we don't get any, sweeper, double sweeper, non-elemental spells, then you're just fighter solo and aang and praying, which is what happens to me most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Now, meanwhile, I think his ninja is level 27. It is throwing. There's his loot, a trumpet. So the ninja at level 27 is still a couple levels away at least with that katana plus 4 from getting its next breakpoint with the thief fixes on. If you are curious, we do have an additional guidance section on our resources site that lists the various breakpoints for all of the warriors with the various weapons that they actually can and should swing.
Now, if you find the Vorpal and it's plus 4 as well, do you keep with the katana or do you switch to Vorpal for the Fiend fight or Fiend Revisited fight?
Katana's better than a Vorpal. So unless, at a plus 4, the katana is almost maxed on its blursing, because it's basically a katana's like a Vorpal, and a half, essentially. Like, you strap a smaller Vorpal onto a Vorpal with some duct tape. That's a katana. So, if the Vorpal was negative, or if the Muslim was negative... If the katana was negative and the Vorpal was positive, I might think about the Vorpal. I'd have to do the math and see how far apart they were. But, with the katana already being plus 4 and the best you could do is a plus 5 on the Vorp, I'm going to take that katana. And yes, Chad is saying the katana is the sword chuck's version. I like to think of it like a Vorpal, that's a little Swiss Army knife, so you pop out the corkscrew as well as the sword itself. Chanigan bailing out after doing mermaid side, gonna go save at the shop. Meanwhile, I didn't even see Bert kill Lich, because that's really just that fast when it comes to Lich. So he is in go with that trumpet that he found.
Rubes just did 10 hits for 269 damage on that Tiamat, if I saw that correctly. So that is a absorb heavy TO1.
A good amount of hits. That's nice to see. Bert here buying Cure 4 for his mages that can use it. And now he should be in go mode. And as Jad is reminding us in chat, the bosses are 100 to 200% clamped. So they're not going to be easy. I thought I had more of a thought there, but let's just go with that. They're not going to be easy. But he is at the 105-ish mark, essentially, in go mode, which, I think you agree with me, Fiend. Considering the slow start that we had, that's a pretty good time.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the best times that you'd get probably for this seed. I couldn't see shaving too much off that.
Mm-hmm. If he'd ended his grind a little earlier, but then how much time does he lose on the back end from having a fighter that isn't as beefcake as the one that he has right now? It's the balancing act right there. So Bert is in the Temple of Fiends at the 106, maybe 15 mark when he finally actually came in here past the Black Crystal. And he is just chugging his way through.
Did I just see a Vorpal equip? We were just talking about that.
For whom?
Chanigan.
Maybe? Well, he has a fighter. He doesn't have a ninja, so that's a different bit of math there because he can't use the katana.
Oh, does he not have the Massa?
Depends on what the plus was on the Vorpal. He may want the crits over the Mazza. Tough call there. And I mean, that's the thing again. There are some people in the community that really like the Vorpal. It depends on what you want to do. Mazza is pretty broken, but it is true that the Vorpal technically has a higher critical hit chance. So if you got, pretty nasty bosses like we sometimes can do, the Vorpal could, in theory, somehow edge out the Mazmoon. But that's an iffy proposition right there.
max absorb chaos or something like that. But I don't think you go into chaos assuming that.
Yeah, no, I think for me, I'd keep the Maza on and just be happy with it. But then I'm also the kind of player that equips a sword. It's like, I'm going to equip this other sword for chaos and then just forgets. So, I mean, these things happen. Shanigan's here at the Water Palace, going to try and light his last orb against Kraken. Rubes is also here on Earth, going to try and light his last orb. And Goat's Pirate is just having a ball, getting his Agamas ground.
Got the speed bump down. We didn't even comment on it during the fight. Just blink and you miss it.
Yeah, again, missed it. Didn't even see it because it's Lich, and even with the scaling that we have, Lich still only has so much base health that there's only so much he can have.
A zap would have been nasty, or some kind of...
Yeah, like, what Lich is your concern is if he has just enough health that he can get through, like, a couple of his spells, and that his front-loaded spells and skills are nasty, like instant death followed by nuclear, or double nuclear, or something like that. Like if it's just Lich being Lich isn't really a concern.
And coming up on the Carry 2 fight.
Carry 2 fought along with Lich and Kraken 1s. So you get 3 Fiends for the price of 1. That's how we deliver here on Final Fantasy Randomizer. Service with a smile. Slowly blast away, but Carrie has already survived 1 round. We'll see if she survives the second. Rubes now has his Earth Orb lit, so he is now in go mode.
There's Carry 2 down.
Yep. Didn't seem to put up too much of a fight. Did some damage, but not enough to keep Bert quaking in his shoes.
Punch script Kraken? That's always my vote.
I mean, if you want to be cruel about it, we definitely have...
I always am cruel when I'm not running it.
And with that, Shanigan has his Water Orb lit, and that will now put him in go mode. So on screen, we have 3 runners already in go. This is definitely Bert's race to lose here. If he falls down in this Temple of Fiends, Rubes will take the lead.
He's not putting the fighter on the bottom, so must have some confidence in that.
Looks like he's going to potentially go with a quad Invis 2 for the opening act. Nope. Triple Invis 2 with a wall, and he's going to luck out because Kraken decides to come out with Ink. Scary. Oh no, I've had Dark cast upon me. Whatever will I do?
But then you cast Lamp, obviously. I mean, that's the first spell I pick up. I don't know about you.
For those that may not know or have played the later Final Fantasies and don't know how it works here in Final Fantasy 1, Dark is pretty much a useless spell. It will cast Dark on you, and it will marginally affect your hit rate. But the percentage of it that actually happens is so minuscule as to basically be ineffective. So, yeah. Like, you can cast Lamp on yourself, but... why?
Beta flag. Lamp crit rate.
I mean, I would not mind seeing a version of the flag where Dark actually does, like, cause you to miss like it does in later games. That would be interesting. If any of our designers are here in chat, please feel free to let us know that you're going to work on that.
There we see that ink again.
Yep, Kraken so far being fairly nice. It remains to be seen if he has something that he's going to back up behind that ink.
Cure 4. Nope.
Nope, nothing. He might have, but we don't know it. Rubes on Lich 1. Lich 1 gone. Burt Reynolds now is coming up to the Tiamat floor, and Shanigan is halfway through the opening leg of the Temple of Fiends. Here we go with Tiamat. Tiamat comes out with Stop. Ineffective across the board. Got a fast coming out for that Knight. Swing! 7 hits for 766. Already dealing good damage. Walls come out to protect, like, the white mages, I believe. Gonna start tempering. Gonna put some more Invises out. Quad X comes out ineffective. Got Invis 2. Temper coming out for that knight right there. Swing, 4 hits for 562, so Tiamat suffered over 1,300 damage so far. Cannot have much left at this point.
Does he have lock, or did someone else pick that up?
I don't know. He's not casting it, I know that much. Coming out with the fades, coming out with Katana. We're up to like almost 2,000 damage and another 1,000 on top. Tiamat falls over, Tiamat dead. So that does put us now with one more fiend here in the Temple of Fiends. That's where they get their name. And that will be Chaos. There's no encounters on this floor. We are just going to see Bert wander on down, put the fighter into the last slot, put a sacrificial white mage up front, talk to Chaos 3 times, and start this fight. And here we go. Gonna wall the knight. Gonna fast the knight. Gonna fade the... Gonna wall the white mage. Gonna invis 2. Ninja takes a slap to the face, still standing. Gonna buff. Next round. Cure for that ninja. Temper the knight. Invis 2 and swing. And let's see where we're at here with this fight. Temper comes out. Got the wall as well. Swing. 5 hits for 192. Not good. We're going to need some locks here. Going to need some ways to do some absorb. Does have lock. Not casting it just yet. Swing again. 4 hits, 395. Invis 2 come around again. Invis 2 come around again. I think we're up to 4 shots of that right now. And crack. Levels one of our white mages. So sad to see you go. And that might have actually been the white mage with the wall, so that was a 3 and 256 there. Thanks, Chaos. Lock comes out, makes him easier to hit. 8 hits for 459. Another round of Invis 2, that's up to 5 shots right there. Thunder starting to take some serious damage off that white mage. Gonna cure 4. Looks like a saber. I think it was a saber. Missing, so now the ninja is buffing himself. 9 hits for 681. Fade. Fast. Swing. 8 hits for 179. Ouch. Fast comes out. Fade deals 145 damage. I actually don't know how much Chaos has. I think it's around 1,000 damage that he's taken. But that was enough. 8 hits for 459 is going to do it, and Bert is the first on-screen to finish the Temple of Fiends and win this, at least on-screen match. I'm going to go double-check and make sure we know whether or not Bert has actually finished it in first place. Yes, he has. Well done.
GG to Bert, and I haven't been paying attention. Looks like Chanigan is still in on the way up.
Yes, he is. He's on the fire floor now, with Rubes on the Kraken floor. So they're on a floor separated. We know this Kraken actually took a little while to die. And it looks like we already have the answer for what we're going to be seeing next time. That whole thing I discussed about not wanting to lock people out of magic and making sure they had a white mage and a black mage, yeah, that's gone.
So no more recruitment, is that correct?
1 second. Yeah, nope, recruitment's gone. He has taken out tavern mode completely, so those white mages and black mages, they hit the dirt. They're gone. So we're going to be seeing a lot less flexibility next time around. Whee! This is what I'm saying. Like, for a little while they were making the flags nicer, and then they really started trolling each other, and that's just funny.
Got a nuclear coming out of Kraken. I don't think we saw that the first time around.
We did not. Kraken was fairly punchy, but thankfully the white mage is still up. White mage is going to be able to bring that black mage back. Really nice fast healing from Chanigan and Rubes right there. You can see that our players that have gone through the Duck Derby really starting to learn their stuff. And if you're interested in Final Fantasy Randomizer and thinking about joining up at some point, just like Fiend of Obsession did here just this last week, worth noting that we will have our spring tournament starting up in the start of April. And then at the start of May, while the spring tournament is wrapping up, we will be beginning our Duckling Boot Camp. That will be 8 weeks of flags and lessons designed to teach you all the ways that you can play this game. And that will then be followed up by a 4-week Duck Derby tournament to take our newbie Duckling class. and take them through a nice little tournament of Final Fantasy Randomizer. It's, as the Ducklings we've had the last couple of sessions have said, it really helps to build confidence. It gets you in the game. It teaches you what you need to know. It's a huge boost for anyone that's done it so far, and we invite you to come and join and be one of our next Duckling classes so that you too can have fun in the Randomizer.
And Burt Reynolds already joining us in chat asking if he was the only one to find Massa. I do not know. Do you know the answer to that question?
Not the only one. I believe Chanigan or Rubes is also swinging it right now, and I think Goat's Pirate had it because I want to say he went down to those Agamas at one point as well. So there's a couple people that have it. I think, for instance, one of the 2 or 3 people that had the Mazamoon equipped a Vorpal instead because they wanted the extra crit rate. So, and yeah, Bert has declined an interview, but we want to send him our big GGs. Thank you for playing, and we look forward to seeing you next week, hopefully, when you might be able to go 2 for 2.
And want to thank all the people on stream for volunteering. This was not scheduled. This was primarily just to give me some commentator experience. So thank Dark Moon, the tracker, Jat here, Dark Moon for keeping everything going, and everyone who is racing on screen currently and completed. Congratulations, Kindabert.
It is good having you in the booth with us here. We're going to stick around for a little while, though. Try and stay with our players through Chanigan and Rubes. Goat's Pirate is just far enough behind that I want to see, like, how long things are taking. Eventually we'll need to free up this channel for SpeedGaming, but we've got a little time yet to go before we get there. So...
Oh, we gotta stay around for, hopefully, the Chaos fight here.
Yes.
Goes well for...
Okay, we're going to do Rubes, and we're going to go through Chanigan's dive. I'm worried about Goat's Pirate because they're probably about another 20-30 minutes behind the other players. So... But Goat's Pirate is one of our very new players, and being here at the 120 mark and like having his black belt ground up and just having crystals to get, which we know is not going to take very long, he's doing really well for the level of experience he has. And whether we have to cut away from him at some point or not, I want everyone to make sure that they send like praise and GGs to him for the work that he's putting in, because he's doing a great job here. And volunteered to be on stream, so congrats to him for that too. That's awesome. So we have this Rubes fight here for Chaos. Swinging with Katana, 4 hits for 301. Gonna start tempering that Ninja. Ninja is gonna be our primary damage dealer here from the looks of it. 2 hits, 2 damage there for the Knight, but Knight is mostly just there to be a chunky beefcake and, you know, get some invises out. That's his job. Tempering that Ninja again. Swinging, 3 hits, 147. Invis. And Crack comes out, takes out the White Mage, takes out the Black Mage. We are now probably in Hold and Pray territory. Thunder comes out, but it's just chip damage against our 2 players. 6 hits for O was 1,200 damage, and yeah, that Chaos falls over because we know Z didn't have that much health. And Rubes, second place here for our weekly 1 hour, 21 minutes, 15 seconds, is going to be second place here and across the board. GG's to Rubes right there.
GG.
Also, want to point out, Goat's Pirate has now lit their first orb, I believe. That's the Fiend of Fire orb right there. Couple punches, Carry falls over. Good to go. And Rubes is looking for an interview, so we will try and get him invited in soon and chat with him.
We see Chanigan on the Tiamat fight. Got a mage taking, black mage taking a big hit there. Fire 3 gonna wipe the black mage. White mage is in trouble, but or is that the white mage with fire? Looks like he has 2 white mages, so both of them survive. He's through the Tiamat fight.
Sent Rubes an invite. Oh, there we go. And here we are joined by Rubes, I believe. Rubes, GG's, you there with us? Not hearing anything. We'll wait and see if Rubes gets his microphone working, and then we will give him an interview just as soon as we can.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. GG's, sir.
GG, how's it going?
Oh, well. So, how'd you feel about that run?
Terrible.
Oh. Okay, well, we'll check.
It's just my voice is terrible, actually.
I get you. We will be back with you in just a second. I want to give Chanigan a chance because now he is on Chaos. You guys were running neck and neck there for a little while. Chaos takes out...
A crack came out, took out 2, yeah.
2 of the mages, but he still has the 1 white mage doing invis, and he's got his knight who's swinging... Yeah, he's swinging the Vorpal, getting 505 damage. We know Chaos has 2,000 or less health, essentially. So 3 more hits like that, and that fighter will have this down. 5 hits for 476. 2 more hits, basically.
Looks like he's just A and pray at this point.
Yes. Well, he's got the magic. He can do some magic. There we go. He's healing. That's a good shot right there. And yeah, that 3rd hit. So Chaos is probably closer to 1,500 health. That's going to finish off Chaos for Chanigan. And I will double check this right now. Official race time to GG time of 1 hour, 23 minutes, 53 seconds. That will put Chanigan 3rd on the board, both here and in the race room. GG's to Chanigan, and we will see if he has the desire for an interview. And Rubes has let us know that his voice is going out, so he's going to join us in chat instead. But GG's to him, and really glad to see you join in on this weekly race. GG's, sir. Joined in chat by Falconic, one of our elder statesmen of the Final Fantasy community. Welcome here, Falconic. See, you're cheering on the Duck Derby. Yes, our ducklings are doing really well. We've got another class that's going to be coming out very soon.
Chanigan joined us in chat.
Chanigan, GG's.
Hey, what's up? Thank you.
Yo. So, tell us about your run. How'd you feel about that?
I hate ice.
Yeah, that ice kind of hosed you a little there, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
2 wives, wasted a lot of time there.
Yeah, it probably cost you 2nd. I don't know if you would have been able to get 1st, because Bert had a good head of steam going, but I do think it cost you 2nd with those 2 wipes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah, which hurts, but you played through it. You managed to come in 3rd place. That's real good right there.
Yeah, I'm happy with my result. For real, 123, I think. With these guys on flag, I'm happy.
Yeah. So what do you think of this flag set, this evolving thing that we do? It seemed like, not to put words in your mouth, you let us know how you feel, but the opening of this seed was not kind.
Nope, not at all. No good magic. You needed a black mage to get through Garland, with white mage at Coneria. That was rough.
Yeah, it was. So, want to point out something that will just probably, I'm sure, warm your heart for the next time you decide to run this. So the tavern mode was on, and you could get white mages or black mages at that. That was part of the setup that we had for it. Bert has decided to turn that off for future races in this weekly. So those black mages you got this time, they won't be showing up again.
Yep. It's not that bad. I don't hate tavern mode. It just I'm not used to it yet. I'm fine with him turning it off.
Well, the whole reason was just to make sure that the magic was balanced in case you needed something, and it locked itself out from the mages or whatever you had. But that will change the weekly, and we'll see what's going on. Fiend, you got questions for Chanigan?
I think you covered most of it. That was definitely a slow start, but once you guys got going, it was actually kind of hard to keep track. At one point, we had 3 fiend fights going on screen, and it seemed like once the seed got moving, it may have been a little bit more fun to play. It may not have been at the start, but I don't know what your opinion is on that.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
Yeah, once I got the floater, I think that's where the seed just kicked off. Just being able to just check every magic shop, just check anything. That just early floater was just really good. That's all I have to say on that.
Well, I do have a question for you. What flag would you have changed, or are you going to keep that under wraps just in case?
That's a good one. I probably guaranteed an in-game massa.
Yeah, because that is one difficulty here is all the treasures being randomized.
Yeah, at least I checked one chest in C and got the Vorpal because I was running with the Ice +2.
Yeah,
the whole C. So this sword just saved me. So
I mean, and that's the treasure actually for it being random treasure was actually pretty kind this time. There were 2 ribbons, 3 Bane swords, Vorpal, 2 katanas, Maza. There was dragon armor, opal shield, opal helm. Like you could actually, for the party you guys had, you could have built a really nice build out if you checked everything.
Yep, that's for sure.
Rube saying in chat he took notes and he forgot where all the magic was. Was that something that you ran into with the town shuffle plus spell shuffle?
I just took note of Cure 4 and Fast, and that's pretty much it. That's all of the magic I needed. So
Bert in chat sounding a little salty because he didn't find a ribbon. I know one of them was on the Sharknado floor. I think the other was at Earth 4 Treasury?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, where the power bunk was. Where I got it.
Power bunk was there too. Honestly, the armor in this game was crazy good.
Yeah. Conerio had everything, Opal.
Oh, good.
We got goats. It looks like he might be on the same encounter table. Maybe we'll see another Warmech.
Oh, we can see a Warmech. Okay, let's see if we get that, and then we'll come back to you. Hold on. I am curious. There he is. And he's taking it. Yeah.
Gotta love that hard reset before entering.
Yeah, it timed up perfectly if all you did was check that one chest and then move on. So we're getting Invis out. We're going to get fast on the black belt. Swing 3 hits for 257, 13 hits for 1128, I believe. I think Warmech only has one more round in him at this point with the way that black belt's punching. Or black belt could pull his punches. Don't play with your food. That's what happens when you play with your food, black belt.
I would like to point out the commentator's curse doesn't exist. Just for fun. This is number 7.
I've cursed 7 times here. Level 48 on that black belt. Now we're gonna go see him just breathe on Tiamat, and Tiamat will fall over. So, Chanigan, since we have you here in the room, yeah. So the magic sucked for the first 4 levels. I mean, you had some decent buff spells, Life 2, Invis, Temper, but there was no good damage AOE. And I had a feeling that you guys had to have been cringing for a little while until suddenly you had a bunch of good swords dump in your lap.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I found Fade pretty early, but was level 6, so couldn't cast it. So I was trying to grind on the red Ds in ice just to get some charges. And yep, that went well.
It did eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually you got that grind to work. What was it that killed you? Because we missed it.
What was it? Wraith with Squint.
Oh, rough.
Yeah, I saw the death touch, and I figured that's what happened.
Yep. They just ambushed me, and that was it.
Whoa, that sucks. Oh, I was trying to figure out why the magic or the music was weird. I think Goat's Pirate has some randomized music going on because it keeps throwing me off. So Goat's here has 1 orb left to light, and he is going to get this loot here while he's in the area. This will put him in go mode and go mode for as far as orbs are concerned. And then, at that point, all he's got to do is go to Temple of Fiends. And again, 48 black belt. I don't think he could run into some problems, but considering the Fiends that we saw, I don't think a 48 black belt is going to see very much in the way of danger. So
he does have a ribbon on the black belt, correct?
I wouldn't, honestly. Something to bear in mind is the fact that the black belt stats work off of their levels unless you equip them with something. So, and the ribbon only has, I think it was a ribbon +1 or +2, so it's not going to provide that much armor. If you put any clothing on a black belt, his defense defaults to the armor he's wearing. But if you keep them naked, their defense defaults to their level. So, and their magic defense is good enough at level 48 that I wouldn't put a ribbon on them, honestly.
So is the MDEF going to protect from the insta-death as well?
It will. It's not a guaranteed, but at the level he's at, it's still pretty close to a 3 and 256 for like it to be academic, basically. Yeah, as Chad is pointing out, if you want to do a grind with a black belt, you could have found a katana, because the black belt could have it, and that katana was real sweet there, too.
We saw 2, right? I believe we saw 2.
One was in Mermaid, and I can't remember. Oh, I think the other one might have been Volcano? Treasury? Question mark? Sounds right.
We'll go with that. No, the tracker's not paying attention. He's not going to correct you anymore or beat you to the punch.
It was early enough that it was in one of the early areas they could have gone once they got that floater. So if they found the katana before they did their grind, they could have done a katana grind on that black belt to damage the katana cranks out. Maybe like 20s before the punches actually get better, especially since it was a +4 katana. Something like that.
Is it Deadpulse who always runs black belt? I know there's a couple of our runners that are still in the the dab. That seems to be the route they go.
The black belt works really well if you can take it for dab. There's no question about that. Shanigan, thank you for joining us in the chat. We appreciate you coming out. And once again, GG's to you, sir.
GG's. Thanks for the volunteer on the stream again.
Yeah, thank you. See you guys.
Have a good evening. So we're going to stick around with Goats because he only has Lich to kill, and then we'll see how his Temple of Fiends goes.
And he is guaranteed 4th place, so we have a forfeit for our 5th place runner.
Oh, that's sad.
Our 5th runner.
That's sad, but that does happen. So, yeah, we will... Yeah, we will see what happens with this run. It is late enough now that my brain is going.
I'm just glad, not to make it personal, but I'm glad I have a power like a battery backup on my computer. Otherwise, you would have just lost me.
Oh, did your power go out or something?
For a split second.
Ooh.
So.
We're at chat discussing various ways you can gate characters besides just tavern mode. Like, we have the ability to gate characters behind fiends now, and also behind key items. Those options are not currently turned on in this evolving flag set, but they could be if you win the next round and decide to add one of those in. Anyone can join these. These are just a standard weekly race. If you win the week, you get to change a flag. Turn one on, turn one off. Modify any flag you want this week. The tavern mode we had on for black mages and white mages was turned off. Previous week, when Dengwu won, he turned the weapon elemental damage up from 10 to 20 or 35 bonus. So you could do pretty much anything you want to one flag. And if you win 2 in a row, you get to change 2 flags. 3 in a row gives you 3. And so on, up to 5 when you get to remake the flag set. So we invite you to come out and run this and maybe see if you can go 5 for 5 and change the entire flag set.
Now, you are the curator of this, correct? So you make the rules for this particular one?
I mean, so far I haven't had to make much in the way of rules. But yeah, no, I made the initial flag set, and this is like our pilot program to see how well this goes. We've done 5 weeks so far, and this is one of the kinder weeks once the seed actually got going. We've had 2 kind weeks and 3 pretty nasty ones. So, but yeah, no, the basic rule is just join race. If you win, you get to change the flag. And it's just one flag. Like, you can change it in any way you want, turn it on, turn it off, or modify any one aspect of it. Because, you know, some of our flags have a lot of little options underneath them. You can turn on to modify one of those little options. But
well, I asked because I have a flag in mind that I want to see if that flag is allowed, and that is the make this a blind seed flag.
That absolutely is. I mean, anyone who's played the previous flag sets would know what it is, but you turn that on, and then any mods that they turn on after that would, you know, be hidden. And I'd probably honor that and be like, here was a mod, we're not going to say what it was because flat blind flags are on. I keep notes on it, and then if the blind flag was ever turned off, we tell, but that would be allowed. I mean, heck, if you want, you could turn on, actually, I think the only one we'd have to probably bar is things like Deep Dungeon that are incompatible with some of the flags we have turned on. That, because that's still in beta, you know, I'd probably have to bar that.
Like the Lich flag was, I forget what that's called. The one
Lich's Revenge?
Yeah, the one that can cause the game to crash.
Yeah, we probably have to not have that one allowed either, at least for now. Although I do want to see Lich's Revenge come into some of the other flag sets that we're doing. I think Bingo next year would be very interesting with that, where you could have, like, the option on one of the tiles to be kill a certain number of the zombie town people. That would be fun. So,
Falconic84 has a question in chat. Does one flag change mean one individual flag, such as an enemy stats, clamp, and ceiling, or just one of those?
One of those. So, for instance, you could change... You could click on the clamp, or you could change what the ceiling would be. You're allowed to modify one thing. So if you want to turn on a clamp and change the ceiling, you'd need to win it. You need to do it 2 weeks in a row, or win twice and then do both of those 1 week. So,
or just win 5 in a row.
Or just win 5 in a row and turn on everything you want.
I mean,
it's not that hard.
If you're Dead Pulse or if you're one of our other champions, then it shouldn't be an issue. Too bad they're busy playing Dab.
The fact that we've only had someone manage to go 2 weeks in a row so far should not discourage you from the fact that it is theoretically possible. At the very least, like they say in Mythbusters, plausible.
Randomizer's gonna randomize.
Exactly. Thunder won 2 weeks in a row and then just had a really nasty setup on Sky Palace last week, and unfortunately was not able to win last week. Dingwu, however, benefited from it and did win, and congrats to Dingwu once again. So you can see, like, sometimes as I say, sometimes the randomizer giveth, more often it taketh away, because it's the randomizer, and it is still Final Fantasy.
Speaking of taking away, we have the Kraken 2 fight coming up.
We are about
Ghost Pirate.
If we can ever get through this ambushy seafood party pack, which, rude.
I mean, you gotta slow it. You just want to finish. You gotta get ambushed like 6 times in a row.
Oh no! And he is unable, I think, to revive that white mage because the seafood party pack just cracked it down. Oof. Rough time for that crack. And you know, the thing is, like, if he hadn't been ambushed by that party, he probably would have been just fine.
I'm gonna hold my thoughts till after the fight.
Kraken inks, scared by that black belt. Black belt punches twice, knocks another ink out of him. Third punch, Kraken fall down, go boom.
That Kraken was beefier than I thought.
Yeah, that was a very beefy Kraken. And yeah, as Jack notes, the tracker, as well as we, all said, Topher shouldn't be a problem. Sure. But Ghost Pirate, to his credit, going to continue trying to work his way through here. Up to Tiamat, punch, and fast. Don't fast the Black Mage. There you go. 7 hits for 1,000. Stops the Black Mage. Actually, probably convenient. Because now, okay. Well, whole day in praise strats. I was going to say, stopping the Black Belt or Black Mage was nice, because at least they didn't have to worry about turns, but now you really don't have to worry about it. All you got is a Black Belt.
Does he have the power bonk? Do you know?
I do not recall whether or not he grabbed it. He puts the Black Belt back up front. I do hope he decides to move it back down once we're past this floor. I think it might actually be faster to just punch these guys down, honestly. Crack misses, thank God.
Question for Burt Reynolds. Was there any white shirts defense or bonks? Not that we saw.
We saw Power Bonk. Power Bonk we did see. That's the Power Gauntlet.
Yeah, you're right.
But we did see a black shirt, but I don't believe we saw a white shirt. So, and I think there might be a guaranteed ruse item, but I don't think we found it. does move his black belt back down to the third slot. The reason why you do that is there is a chance in the third and fourth slots where you can actually get Chaos to get locked into a crit loop. And basically, you'll do something, he'll do something, and it'll just happen over and over again. God. Oh god. Please, just throw skills that don't matter. Yes!
Oh, yes.
Yes!
The epic finish.
And that proves, once again, that health is just a resource.
When you can punch for 12,000 damage, you usually come out on top.
So we'll see if Goats wants to come in for an interview. Do a quick interview with them to congratulate them on their run. Oh, Goats says no interview, which is fine. GG's to them. Appreciate them coming out and running this, and well done on your 4th place.
GG.
Gonna record that race result, and that will help a lot of these guys out and get them moving up our leaderboard. So, at this point then, Fiend, I do want to thank you for coming out. This is your first time doing comms, and you did a great job sticking around with me. I know I kind of motor mouth my way through stuff, so...
Someone has to be the lead, and I found that if I'm the only one commentating, then I tend to drift off as I'm trying to think and commentate. So that kept me just talking clearly into the mic.
So, but no, thank you for coming out for this. Do you have any final thoughts on this?
Be interesting to see what next week holds.
Yes, yes indeed. This was our Evolving Flag set for Final Fantasy Randomizer. If you like what you saw here, maybe are interested in the randomizer itself, we invite you to come over to finalfantasyrandomizer.com. That will have links to the Discord as well as the development Discord, so you can come check out the community. And of course, you can play the randomizer right there. Get your ROM randomized and start playing the Final Fantasy Randomizer straight from your browser. Please come out, come check out everything we have going on. As I noted before, we had the Winter Dad tournament, which is going to be wrapping up probably next week. We're in the last of the loser bracket rounds, and then it's going to be a best of 3 for the winner versus the loser winner. The winners and loser brackets are weird. But yeah, that's going to be a best of 3 to finish out the tournament. Should finish up within next week, I think. And we will be able to crown a winner of our first ever DAB tournament. Almost immediately after that, start of April, we're going to have the reveal stream for the brackets. It's for the pods. For our spring tournament, our biggest event of the year. And then we will launch right into a spring tournament through April and May. Also, start of May, we will start up with our Duckling Bootcamp program. That will be 8 weeks of teaching you guys everything you need to know as a new player at Final Fantasy Randomizer. Run you through lessons, run you through flags, get you all primed to go, and then the bootcamp will then cap itself off with a 4-week Duck Derby tournament. Please, if you're new to the Randomizer, want to try it, it's going to be a great time for you to come out. You can watch the spring tournament, learn from the pros, see what's going on, and then start of May, start playing in our weeklies and learning the Randomizer so that you can be ready for that Duck Derby. Great learning experience. Most of us have been through it. It's such a good time. For myself, Dark Moon EX and Fiend of Obsession here in the booth, as well as Kirito and Jat behind the scenes doing our tracking, and Jat taking care of all of the notes for you. I want to thank you for coming out and watching. This has been a great time here on this weekly. I had a lot of fun, Fiend.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for coming out and watching. We appreciate everyone. Appreciate SpeedGaming for hosting, for RPG Limit Break for the raid, to get us even more viewers for this weekly. We'll have this again next week, same bat time, same bat channel probably. I think the channel might be up in the air, but same bat certainly. Yeah, and then of course you can watch these and so many of our other things over on our YouTube channel, which you can get the link to from our website and from our Discord. So yeah, with that, I think we're good to go. Thanks for watching, everyone. This presentation of the Final Fantasy Randomizer over here on SpeedGaming. Good night, good luck, and we will see you next time.